Everybody, BJ again. It's probably been about a day for you since the last episode, the first episode in two parts of World of Horror went up. But for me, it's been about half a minute, maybe a full minute, not entirely sure. So we're going to mix it up just a tiny little bit here. One of the fun things you can do with this game is there's a bunch of different palettes. So I'm going to go with, I don't know, a lot of these are just various shades of black, but I like this purple one, so we'll roll with that for this video. And we're going to pick a new character. Last time you went with a Kyrie Saito, I don't know how that's pronounced. I apologize to any Japanese speakers watching this video. I do not know the first thing about the language. But this is who we went with last time. I think this time we're going to go with Aiko Takahashi. She has a bonus to dexterity, but a malice to knowledge, and she starts with a flashlight, which is useful in a couple of scenarios. These are basically just challenges you can turn on, so I'm not going to bother with that. And yeah, I guess we'll just go with the standard difficulty level. I've never really messed around with the, I guess Bad Dream is like the easy mode. Maybe I'll practice with that off camera. And Old God, we will again be using Adarasu Nache. So let's get it started. Pick out our first mystery. Abnormal arms. Okay, I'm gonna do the mermaid one because this one, I believe, tends to be more combat focused, which is, I think, kind of what you're supposed to do with this particular character. Actually, now that I think of it, didn't get into any combat at all on the last episode, which is certainly interesting. But anyway, let's read this. The janitor was obsessed with mermaids. He's collected every scrap of the legend about them in the school basement. Now, his mind has snapped. He's decided it's time to make one of his own, using the upper bodies of students as materials. Quite grisly. Anyway, another girl from your area has gone missing. Is there anything connecting them? So we're just going to head downtown right away, and we're going to investigate this first area here. Mr. Something, your neighbor horror manga artist, is struggling to come up with a satisfying ending for his newest story. I believe if you have... This is just an educated guess. I believe if you have, like, fought so many monsters and you hit this one, you can get something out of this, but we haven't... This is literally our first event, so... It was all a dream, you're a genius, he shouts, grabbing a pencil. Excuse me now, I have a bestseller to make. You roll your eyes and prepare to leave. So we get nothing out of that event. It seems they all attended the same school. Let's check out for any clues there. So we'll go to the school and investigate. Hey, I know what this is a reference to. You catch a glimpse of an art class. Discovering there are so many spirals hidden in your body makes you feel uneasy. -1 stamina. That's interesting. Usually these go for a reason. Anyway, there's probably a lot of references to various horror anime and manga properties, but I recognize this one. That's Uzumaki. Very freaky. I don't necessarily recommend it unless you are into that kind of thing. Although if you're watching this, you probably are, so hey, it's probably up on Potato or something. All missing girls were members of the swimming team. Maybe someone saw the kidnapper stalking them. We're gonna head back downtown and investigate. A sudden knock at the door makes you jump. You instinctively reach for the knob, but stop, something feeling off. You take a look through the peephole. Outside of your door stands a man in a trench coat with a hand instead of a head. The single eye is staring at you, and staring at the door, emotionless. Are you losing your mind? -2 reason. Although, funnily enough, I would like to point out that this hand man here does not actually seem to have an eye. But, hey, who am I to judge? More clues left downtown. It seems they all attended the same school. I got this one already, but whatever. Lying on a pillow in your bedroom, you find an envelope. Inside the cash is cash and a note from someone who has been watching you. Sorry, someone who has been watching you. They wish you luck in your task and promise to meet you soon. Just how did this envelope end up in your bedroom? Oh, hey, there's a hand with an eye in it. We gain 3 funds but lose 1 reason. So probably not. I think the library is in town. Let me double check. Yeah. We're gonna go here, actually. Because what this lets us do is get a spell. What did we get? We got Threat of Fate. Defeat target human enemy for 4 reason. I actually started the game with this the first time I played as the transfer student character, and it is fairly useful in some situations. Could it be the janitor who's kidnapping all the teenagers? Why would he do that? Why indeed. Let's head to the school and investigate. The corridor is flooded by a black sludge, slowly coming from under the chemistry classroom's door. A nasty, moldy, wet smell is getting noticeable as you get closer. How are you going to get to the other side? Well, by crossing the road, of course. But, we're gonna risk it, since I think this is probably a dex check. Hopefully I'm right. Yeah, there we go. Actually, it's a perception check, but still. You saw the sudden movement near your ankle in time to jump from something trying to bite your leg. You make it safely to the other side. Janitor is somewhere in the building. You should prepare yourself for combat. Indeed, we should. And we investigate the school again. When the patient came home one morning, covered in scars and babbling about aliens, the police had them committed. They are mumbling something quietly as you pass by. We're just gonna leave, because I think you can avoid this encounter. You may be paranoid, but there is no chance you are risking an encounter with a ghost here, so we take a hit to reason, but that's all. The school basement. That's the place the janitor is keeping them. So let's go investigate. A headless person stumbles out of the sculpting classroom, and it's reaching for your head. So finally we get into some combat here. Yeah, so, I mean, they basically explain it as best they can here. Let's see here. Our kick attack does 3 damage. You notice we can't run because we have the Spider God as our nemesis, whatever you want to call him. So he also does 3 damage. Okay, he's got 2 health. I think we can probably take this guy. These black buttons have you make a check which varies from enemy to enemy. And if you get it right, you get basically an advantage on your next roll. So I'm going to try this. Dexterity check success. You dodge the incoming attack, giving you more time to react. So now we're going to kick... Actually... Yeah, let's look for a weak spot. You see an opening you can safely use to attack the enemy. Try tackling him? Okay, I don't think this is actually doing anything. I think we're just getting successive advantages that we're then not using. So let's kick it. You hit the headless mannequin. Got it down to 1 health. And hey, there we go. For defeating this enemy, we gain 5 experience points, and we resolve the event. There's no turning back now. Let's hope she's alright. You bust through the door to the janitorial closet, but it's already too late. The missing girl is lying on a dirty mattress, the upper part of her at least. The tail of a fish has been crudely sewed in place of her legs. She was too weak and died, you hear the mad janitor say. He looks you up and down. Maybe you'll do. It's pretty grody, isn't it? Anyway, so this is basically a boss fight, for lack of any better way to put it, but I think we have an out. Because if you'll remember, we picked up Thread of Fate earlier, and I think we can use this to just instantly kill him, since he is in fact a human. Let's try and find out. Yeah, there we go. Alright. For defeating this enemy, you gain 20 experience points and a resolved event. Suddenly, the mutilated girl moans quietly and twitches. That's just weird. The fishtail causes the jar of chemicals to fall down on the candles, igniting. The mad janitor catches fire and starts screaming terribly. You try to avoid him, thrashing around the room. Thick smoke and the smell of burning flesh makes you feel weak. Oh hey, new character unlocked. I didn't realize this game rolled that particular way. I mean, I knew there were unlocked, but I thought they were all aesthetic things. Anyway, let's lose consciousness, shall we? Police officers find you a few hours later. No trace of the mad janitor is found, but you will sleep a little better tonight knowing that the other students are safe. I mean, if I saw the janitor from my school hacking up fellow students and selling them to fishtails, I don't think I'd ever sleep well again, but, you know, maybe, what's her name? Aiko is a stronger-willed person than yours truly. So, we get rewards for solving this mystery, 30 experience points, 1 reason and stamina, and a day passes. Alright. Pretty cool. Yeah, let's just keep going. What do we want to investigate now? Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that, but I don't know that there's a way I can go back. So, sure, we'll do the Hell House again. There's only, I think, 5 different ones. So, we were going to run into repeats eventually. Anyway, we're actually going to head home quick and, just rest up once. We don't have anything going on status-wise, do we? No. I guess Thread of Fate can only be used once, but that's okay. What does our flashlight do? I've never actually clicked on this card. +1 perception. I hope the batteries are okay. Oh. We have to equip this. I didn't know that. I thought it just kind of gave you a bonus by being there. Alright, well, now we know. Oh, wait, or did I have it equipped already, like in the other... I don't know, whatever. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so we get a bonus to stamina and reason for resting. Let's go downtown and search for this mansion. Suddenly, an empty bottle breaks on the wall behind you. You cover yourself from the glass fragments and notice a masked assailant holding a baseball bat. Okay. Mayhem. Each successful attack raises doom by 1%. That's not good. We still have our kick. Gonna look for a weak spot. That actually didn't work. We'll try one more time. There we go. Your sudden move surprises the enemy, giving you more time to react. So we're gonna kick her. This could be a problem. Here we go. Got her health down to 2. Down to 1. She hit us. There we go. We gained 7 experience points. Now, thankfully, we had enough stamina that we could kind of afford to take those hits. Let's head to the forest. Actually, you know what? The library is downtown, and last time our... Let's actually go shopping. I've never done this before. Maybe we can find something useful. A steak knife, +2 to combat rolls. Yeah, that seems pretty decent. Small chance of ignoring. Surprise discount item. I'll take the steak knife, yeah. And then we have to equip it. Honestly, I'm starting to think maybe I should have done that like a long time ago, but whatever, live and learn. Let's head to the forest and investigate in the forest. Wandering through the woods, you discover strange carvings on one of the trees, and going by the look of them, they were made recently. I probably shouldn't read stuff we've already seen, but sure. Failure, knowledge check. Alright, well, that didn't go well. Head back downtown. Walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When asked what's wrong, she tells you she can't find her mommy. On a backpack lying nearby, you spot the girl's address. So, okay, every time I've done this particular event, I've hit take her home, and it always ends badly. So I'm going to try calling the police this time. A quick interrogation check makes it clear you had nothing to do with the gruesome murders. What? I feel like this is maybe not supposed to go with this event. Whatever, we got money. I'm not going to complain about it. Current lead points at the manor. So let's travel to the mansion and investigate. Okay, we lose to reason and get a nice ring again. Use that, and we get some money. More clues at the manor, so we investigate again. Oh no, not this again. Okay, what was this, a charisma check? I don't think we could pass it. I'm gonna let it take us and see if maybe there's some other way out of this. You prepare yourself for what's coming. +1 reason. Okay. Alright, well... move towards the pyramids never ended very well for me, and neither is checking the camp on the coast, but I don't think that give up is a good option either. So I guess we'll try the pyramid again. Strength check failure. -4 stamina and frostbite. Lovely. Okay, well, yeah. And we get a bite status. Goodness gracious. Frostbite's -2 to strength, right? I don't like it. I feel there are more clues left at the manor. And that increases our doom meter. We go down here. I believe these always end the same. Yeah, it's the thing about the stone altar again. Alright, so that's 2 mysteries down. Let's try and solve a third. The arm thing, the mermaid thing again. I guess we will rock you. No, I guess we'll do the arms one again. Like I said, there's only so many of these. What's our doom meter at? 42. I think we're gonna rest at home. Oh, right, okay. Well, we're not gonna rest at home then. We will go to the hospital and see if we can't get this frostbite taken care of. Maybe the bite, too? Yeah, sure. Stable condition. What's this do? Discard, no special effect. Okay. At least now we're patched up. And it has... our doom meter hasn't gone up, so I think actually we will go home. and, you know, chill out for a bit. For lack of any better way to put it. So let's head downtown and start investigating. Okay, so we get this one again, and I think this time, because we've got some experience under our belt, we can maybe get a good outcome here. Not enough experience. Alright, well that's fair enough, I guess. Investigate downtown again. Dark forces scheme against you. Alright, so we get another curse. It's the Stalker again. Which does tie in nicely from that with that envelope thing we got earlier. Investigate downtown yet again. Stop right there, you hear coming from behind you. You won't destroy my life's work. What? A violent man obsessed to the point of madness. What's this? When injured, obsessed man deals double damage. Alright. Well, not a huge fan of that, but we do have our steak knife, so stabby stabby? Yeah. The one thing I don't... Ooh, I actually never noticed this before. I guess your portrait gets banged up the more damage you take. And try to outmaneuver him. There we go. The one thing I don't really care for about this game is that the combat seems to be very random, even with items, but I don't know, that could just be bad luck on my part. I don't like that we're down to only 10 stamina, but I don't know if we can really do much about it. Badly bleeding. Random chance of losing 1 stamina each investigation. Great. How do I check my money? Yeah, I don't actually know how to just check it without prompting. So I'm just gonna head to the hospital and hope we have enough money to get this taken care of, because otherwise we'll be in a bad spot pretty quickly. Not enough funds. Alright, awesome. There's that American health system for you. See, the joke is this game takes place in Japan. Well, I guess we will investigate in the hopes of coming across something useful. Or maybe we can sell stuff to the corgi merchant? I mean, it does specifically say shop for new items. I don't know. Let's just investigate for now. Oh, well, you know what? I will take it, because now we can go back to the hospital and get this frickin' taken care of. Okay, stable condition. Very good. Our stats aren't really in the best of shape, but at least we won't bleed out while we're trying to do this. We're headed to the manor next. The investigation can wait. A bath filled with hot water waiting in one of the bathrooms was too inviting. You clean yourself and continue with newfound strength. That's a little weird, but hey, whatever. Head to the village. A friend returning from a trip to Africa has invited you to dinner. This time, they've outdone themselves. This is a real feast full of exotic meals. It's getting late and you can't stay for long, but the host asks if you want to take anything to go. Sure, I guess we'll take some steak. I mean, we have a steak knife. I knew you'd like it. Your friend says, winking and packaging it for you. New item, long big steak. That's disgusting. We'll use it though because we need some stamina. Hunger. -1 charisma, +1 damage dealt when fighting human enemies. You smell nice. This game has a particular sensibility about it. Let's investigate and finish up this particular mystery. Take the safe route. Oh, cool. You get an additional dice against ghost enemies. Improved resting at home, or... Okay, now this is kind of annoying. You should at least get 3 different perks. I haven't encountered any ghosts yet, but this seems useful, and our doom meter is getting to the point where I'm not 100% comfortable using the rest function willy-nilly. But on the other hand, I don't know if we'll ever run into any ghosts, and it's probably better to get something that I know is useful as opposed to something that might be. So yeah, sure, I'll take hot bath. +5 experience. Taking the safe route costs you time, but you get to the top without incidents. Burnt out candle wax and dried blood spilled around the shrine mean a new sinister cult has claimed this location. Spooky. Alright, let's investigate the boiler room. You enter the dark boiler room and trip over pipe. Oh yeah, I've read this one already. And it's actually a long arm. So we get 30 experience points and a day passes. How many mysteries have we solved so far? 3. We only need 2 more until we get to wherever this game ends. Let's see. Yeah, I don't feel bad about continuing this video for longer. I keep thinking I'm spending more time on this than I actually am. I guess we'll do the coma one again. Check the news reports, investigate downtown. It's been almost a year since a childhood friend of yours suddenly moved away to another city without even saying goodbye. In a recently received letter, he apologized for the disappearance and asked you to yank the furniture from his flat he was supposedly going to sell. In the envelope, you find a key to his apartment. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. Behind a moved wardrobe, you find another letter explaining the reason your friend left were the shadow people stalking him. You suddenly feel a shudder, realizing you have not seen the moving company truck driver's face. Interesting. We get some experience though, so I'm not gonna question it too much. Who is the patient zero? Hit the school, investigated the school. Okay. We didn't do it this time. So we take 2 points of stamina as a loss there. That's frustrating. Well, let's investigate in the hospital. You are stopped by a man wearing a mask and a lab coat. He presents himself as a researcher from Tokyo University, testing a new treatment method that would revolutionize modern medicine. Raising a file of documents, he tells you he can heal your wounds for free. You just need to sign here. You know what? We're in bad enough shape that I'm willing to risk this, so let's go. That's not good. Later, you wake up in an abandoned surgery room in the old part of the hospital with a nasty new wound. Doctor is nowhere to be seen. Torn muscle, -2 to kick attacks. Alright, well, that's not too bad since we have our steak knife, but still. Let's investigate again. When the patient came home one morning covered in scars and babbling about aliens, the police had them committed. They are mumbling something quietly as you pass by. Let's talk to them. No words of reason can convince the person to tell you what really happened. It takes 2 nurses to calm them down after they've roughed you up. Well, that sucks. Head downtown and investigate again. Experts are baffled by the sudden appearance of 20 stone statues forming a row in the middle of the blah blah park. Using the magical aura of this place, you can cast 1 spell without paying its cost. We don't have any spells, unfortunately, so can't really take advantage of that, but it's better than something bad happening. I think it's actually probably not a bad idea to head home briefly while we're near there and rest a little bit. I know I said I didn't really want to, but that was then, this is now. So let's head back to the hospital and investigate again. Walking through the hospital corridor, you hear disgusting slurping sounds coming from the closet. A bloodsucker vampire. Enemy regains health with each successful strike. Well, that's not the best. Try tackling them. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, there we go. In a sudden frenzy, you scratch and bite Bloodsucker. It's interesting. I wonder if that's because of that hunger trait we picked up. Uh-oh. There we go. For a minute there, I thought the game froze. So, we want to investigate here again. I'm gonna avoid this person this time. Quarantine wing, where it all began. You managed to sneak through the police and reach the quarantine ring where the coma patients were brought in. Complete the silence of the place hits you. When you reach one of the beds, all of the patients are dead. No, John, you are the zombie. Alright, so we lose to reason. Shaken, you sneak out from the hospital. One thing is certain, though, it's the end of this weird illness. So we get another 30 experience points and another day passes. Alright, I'm gonna have to put in a cut real quick here. Apologies again for splitting these up into 2 parts, but I will be right back. And the second half of the video, the second half of the episode, you know what I mean, should go up immediately after the first half. So, see you in just a second. Hey there again, folks. Alright. Sorry for that. I assure you, it's 10 times more annoying to me than you, because it means I either have to upload the episode in 2 halves, or fuck around in Windows Media, or Windows Movie Maker for an hour trying to cut the clips back together. Yeah, gotta know. I guess we'll do the found footage one again. I'm sure there's like an optimal way to do this, like some are better for certain times depending on what you've got going on, but I kind of just pick them at random. Where are we, by the way? We're at the hospital. Do we have any stuff we want to get treated? Let's just like check if we can get any of these treated. Not enough money. Alright, whatever. That's fine. Can I discard these cards, by the way? Like, they don't seem to do anything. It's just weird. Anyway, we gotta head downtown anyway. What's the... 70% doom. I don't really like that at all, but... I'd rather keep our stamina and reason high. So I am gonna head home, and I am going to have her rest. Even though it'll put us at 75% doom. Which is not something I really love the idea of, but if it backfires, I'm sure we'll know. Let's investigate, shall we? Okay, we get Handman event again. That's fine. More clues downtown. Okay, we get another Obsessed Man fight. Okay. Let's stake him. Can we stake him, though? Yeah, there we go. Okay, we only lost a little bit of stamina. Get 5 experience points. We head to the village. Walking through the village, you are suddenly pulled behind a building. 2 menacing-looking masked figures block your escape. Do you serve Adarasu Nacha? Okay, so if you'll remember, that's actually the old god that we're fighting against, although it's NASA on the card. I don't know. So we most definitely do not. But I don't know if there's maybe like a way we can spin saying we do to our advantage. I mean, they might be from like a rival cult or something. You know what? I'm just gonna say yes. Again, we're the horror manga protagonist. We always do the stupid thing. We knew it. The prophecies were true. We apologize, Master. We get 2 allies, and the doom goes up by 10%. Okay, so allies are actually really good. I guess that's these guys. Iwa. They're the best. Interesting. The only other ally I've had so far gave you bonus combat rolls. I didn't realize. Although I don't know, maybe this one does too. It just doesn't say on the card. I didn't realize they could give you other things. And also we got 2 of the same guy, which is pretty interesting. Anyway. Let's head to the forest and try not to think about the fact that our doom meter is almost at 90%. Investigate the forest. And we get another bite, of course. We now have conditions going off the bar, which is a fun time. Investigate the forest again. -2 reason, okay. We get 5 experience. Investigate the forest yet again. This is probably a dex check. I'm gonna say we helped the doggo. We didn't check that. We did not help the doggo, and it was actually a luck check. I guess that's what FND stands for, although I don't know why. Okay, well that sucks. Anyway, let's try to solve this. Yeah, okay. So we get another 30 experience points and another day passes. Oh! Well! Okay then. Huh. I don't know, I kind of figured there would be like a final boss confrontation or something. I'm not gonna lie, that's like a little bit disappointing, but... You know, again, the game is free, and I kind of get the impression that it's still in development just because of this. There's this whole, like, core set and then a cult pack of cards thing. I don't quite know what's up with this. My educated guess is that even though the base game is freeware, the developer might start selling these, which, hey, I'd be happy to shell out a couple bucks for, you know, 50 more cards, 25 more cards, whatever. You know, I even though the ending is a little bit anticlimactic, I do like this game a good deal. I mean, especially, again, given the fact that it's free. The whole vibe, combined with the almost very clinical way that you approach the RPG elements, is really interesting. I wish there was more stuff like this. And like I said, do plan to put well, what word am I looking for? Links to the itch.io page and the description of all the videos. I might do more videos on this. I might not. Definitely, if there's some kind of big update, I'll roll one out. But if I do, they probably won't be till next week. So until then, I am PJ. You are yourself as always, and I hope you enjoyed this little look at World of Horror. Like I said, I might see you for more of this. I might not. Kind of depends on a couple things. So long. Bye.